there, welcome back to my channel. I am Erin, and today we are going to be going over every single Laika Studios film. I am going to be reading off my notes because this is too much for me to memorize. So if you see me looking this purple notebook, this Coraline moleskin journal, that is why. Since we're going over Laika Studios, I decided to dress the part. So I got my Laika Studios shirt, Coraline socks, and ParaNorman slippers. The shirt and the socks came from the Laika Studios official store, as did the notebook. The slippers my sibling got me. I don't know where they got them from. They were a gift. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Laika Studios, founded in 2005. They are a stop-motion animation production studio. They are located in Oregon, hence the shape of Oregon on the shirt. There is some controversy about who founded the studio. You hear Will Vayton and Travis Knight. We'll get into that at the end of the video. This right here is just the basics, founded in 2005. We're only going to be going over what they advertise on the official website and the Moon Girl short, so we are not going to be including Corpse Bride in this video. Apologies for that. If you want to know what I think about Corpse Bride, you can go with Letterboxd. I forgot I got new microphones, so we're going to be testing this out. This is the first time I'm using it on video, so I don't know how well it's going to be picking up. So it's just something we'll have to work on together. Starting out! Moon Girl came out in 2005, directed by Henry Selick, the director of Coraline, written by Michael Berger. I rated it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and I will tell you why. This is a short film, and it is the first film to officially come out of Laika Studios. It didn't have a lot of promotion, and it's not mentioned anywhere on the website. I had to find out that this was a thing when I was very fixated on Laika Studios last year, or the year before that. I was fixated on them quite a lot, and I decided to go through and watch everything that had their name attached to it. And I found this little gem and discovered it came out before Coraline. It is free to watch on YouTube if you would like to watch it. If enough people ask about it, I will put a link in either just the description or the comments. So, yep. It has very cute character design. Yep, the characters are adorable in this, but it had quite a bit of rushed pacing, and the reveal was entirely underwhelming as well. There's a special reveal at the end of the short film, and it was super underwhelming. Yeah, but 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's super cute. I do recommend it. It's just, yeah. Next up is Coraline. It came out in 2009. This is the first official feature film to come out of Laika Studios. It was directed by Henry Selick and written by Henry Selick and Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman is also the original author of the book, which I happen to have 2 copies of. The original book and the graphic novel. The graphic novel, I adored it, read it in, I believe, middle school, and it was one of my favorite things for a while because it freaked me out that the character design of Coraline in the graphic novel looked quite a bit like me at the time. I rated this film 5 out of 5 stars. I know 5 out of 5 stars is very generous for a movie, but I have my reasons. It was the debut film, and it has incredible character and set design. The amount of detail that they put into this, where every single little thing is supposedly intentional. On my notes, I even put attention to detail. And the voice work, fantastic. The cultural impact that this has had, like, it's gotten re-released in theaters 2 years in a row at this point, and they're doing it again later this year. Like, yeah, the attention to detail is a really big one that a lot of people talk about. Background and the sets and everything. I remember watching a mini documentary that came out of the Coraline set where they talked about how the trees in the background, they were just individually hand-painted pieces of popcorn. It's incredible, beautiful. 5 out of 5 stars for Coraline. Next up, we have ParaNorman. Came out in 2012, directed by Sam Fell and Chris Butler, written by Chris Butler. This is one of my favorite movies. This is actually my favorite Leica Studios film. I love everything about it. It was an incredible follow-up to Coraline. It was a lot of fun, had incredible visuals, flawless blend of stop motion and CGI. They had to use it for the ghost effects with Aggie in the film, and some other little pieces they had to use a CGI for. But it was also a groundbreaking film and history making. This is a history making film, and I am not exaggerating. This is the first kid targeted film that featured an openly gay character in the cast. Mitch Down, the buff bodybuilder football player himbo in the film. Yeah, he's openly gay.
You know, you're gonna love my boyfriend. He's like a total chick flick nut.
And they use him a lot. Leica Studios uses him a lot on their social media for Pride Month. Norman is also one of my favorite characters because I relate. Like, he's very relatable. I feel like I can relate a lot to him, see a lot of myself in him. Yeah. Also, the work with the zombies was really, really cool. I watched behind the scenes stuff for this movie a lot, and just the amount of love and care that the crew puts into it is just incredible. It's awe-inspiring. Yeah, my favorite Leica Studios film. Definitely recommend it. ParaNorman, not paranormal, ParaNorman. Next up, we have The Box Trolls. Came out in 2014, directed by Graham Annabelle, and Anthony Stacchi, written by Irene Brignall, Adam Pava, Anthony Stacchi, Phil Dale, and Alan Snow. Alan Snow originally wrote it. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a beautiful story about family, found, and blood, and fitting in, kind of reminiscent of Tarzan in a way. Put that down in my notes, reminiscent of Tarzan, because of Eggs and this being his story, the way he gets reincorporated into society after being raised by non-humans reminds me a lot of Tarzan. Incredible humor, captivating character design and sets, and perfect villains. Also, I love cheese. Cheese is a big part of this story. It is set in a place called, it's too funny. It's set in a place called Cheesebridge. There's a lot of cheese humor in this. A lot of the characters' names are inspired by cheese. Like Eggs' friend and semi-love interest. Her name is Winnie Portly Rind. The Box Trolls are adorable. The design of the Box Trolls is just super adorable. The way they promoted the film too, they did Box Trolls-ified versions of songs. Like, they got the whole world in their hands and Little Boxes. Very, very good. Little Boxes is one of my favorite songs to come out of this. 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely recommend. It is gaining It's gaining some more popularity now, but when it initially came out, and as of the last 2 years, it's not been the most popular. Next up, we have Kubo and the Two Strings. It released in 2016, directed by Travis Knight and written by Chris Butler and Mark Haim. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, and yes, that is lower than the last 3 have been. I will explain why. It has a gorgeous score, visual effects, story, and characters. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but I rewatched it and adored it. It's a gorgeous film. Everything about it is just beautiful. Regina Spektor's rendition of While My Guitar Gently Weeps is phenomenal. It puts the original to shame. The original version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps found dead in Miami. My only nitpick I'll give about it, -1 star, is the cast isn't Asian. The characters are Asian, but the cast is not. That's actually why the film originally got a lot of flack when it came out, was because the cast wasn't Asian. In some research that I did, I found out that that was the main criticism of the film when it originally released. Did not have an Asian cast. But overall, 4 out of 5 stars. It is a gorgeous film. All Leica Studio films are beautiful. next up we have the final Leica Studios film as of right now, Missing Link. It came out in 2019, directed by Chris Butler, written by Chris Butler, rated at 4 out of 5 stars. The cast is stacked, yet this is the least popular of Leica's lineup. It has Hugh Jackman and Zoe Saldana in it, and yet it's the least popular of all of the Leica film. Looking at it, Google reviews despise this movie. I genuinely don't understand why. It's a gorgeous story about finding your true place in the world. It also has the found family trope, which is the most popular of familial friendship tropes. The characters are beautifully crafted, especially Susan. His design is beautiful for a Sasquatch. My biggest complaint is that a lot of the non-character work was CGI instead of claymation, and the story isn't as emotionally charged as the other Leica films. But overall, 4 out of 5 stars. I love Missing Link. It's one of my favorite soundtracks to come from Leica Studios. Do Dilly Do, Friend Like You. I love that song so much. It's one of my most replayed Leica Studios soundtrack songs. Yeah, Missing Link. Go give Susan some love. Watch this movie. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. I didn't go too deep into the plots for these ones because when I talk about Leica films, I tend to overshare and spoil things, so I don't want to do that. If this at all got you to watch a Leica film that you were maybe putting off, please let me know, because I love turning people on to my favorite studio. I do have some other notes that I want to go over before we leave today. A little more serious. Leica Studios are union busters and won't allow their employees to unionize. It is also owned by a nepotism baby who overran and kicked the original owner out. Travis Knight is the nepo baby, in case you didn't pick up on that. Also, when it comes to Coraline, Neil Gaiman has a lot of SA allegations against him currently, so if you can, don't give him any money, and please believe victims. Turning away from the serious part, Leica has 4 films coming out soon, or in the works. They have 4 upcoming films. Currently, we have Wildwood, which releases next year. They have given the first look at it. And they also have Piranesi, Crumble, and an untitled collaboration with John Seitz, Spaihts. There we go. If you like these paintings behind me, my sibling actually made them. They do have a Etsy shop, but it's currently closed at the moment while they're away at college. But if you would like to go and follow it, and for when they reopen it, maybe over break or something, it is Ellis Bullet Shot. I will put a link in the description. They are very crafty. They make a lot of jewelry, and I'm going to try and convince them to make some paintings or take painting commissions because look at this gorgeous work. Thank you. Hope you have a good day, and don't forget to subscribe if you like this. If you like any of these films, please let me know. Alright, bye!